The box was empty. At least, it was for him. He had spent hours reading. Page after page. Letter after letter. Some were angry. Some so heartbreakingly soft they barely felt like they were written with ink, more like breath pressed onto paper. Every one of them was her. The version of Lia he never knew. The one who loved in silence. Who waited with hope. Who wrote instead of screaming. He finished the last letter at 3:12 a.m. His fingers trembled slightly as he placed it back into the box. And for a long time, he didn't move. Then, he picked up a pen. And for the first time in 7 years, Eli wrote her back. Not a message. Not a text. A letter. On paper. With ink. With weight. Lia woke to the soft sound of something sliding across her floor. She walked barefoot to the door. There, slipped beneath it, was a cream-colored envelope. Her name. In his handwriting. She stared at it. Didn't touch it at first. Just stood there. Like it might burn her. She made tea. Fed the cat. Opened the curtains. Let the city slowly return to her bones. Then, when everything else was still, she sat by the window and opened the letter. Dear Lia, I left without a goodbye, but I never stopped writing you in my head. Every time it rained, every time I passed a bookstore, every time someone said your name without knowing it still echoed in me. I read every letter, every word you wrote when I wasn't there to hear them. I don't know how to explain what that felt like. Like being given the memory of a life I forgot to live. You deserved better. Not because you were perfect, but because you stayed, even when I made it impossible. You told the truth on paper. Now it's my turn. I loved you, Lia. I loved you when I left, and I loved you when I didn't know how to come back. But I was ashamed, and shame makes cowards of us all. If this letter is too late, I'll understand. But if there's even a part of you that still wonders, then maybe this doesn't have to be the end. Maybe it can be the page after the last one you wrote. Not a new chapter. Not yet. But maybe a postscript. Eli. Lia sat with the letter for a long time. It didn't make her cry. It didn't make her angry. It just made her still. Because the truth wasn't an apology. It wasn't even a confession. It was presence. And finally, he had shown up. Not in memory. Not in fantasy. But in ink. On paper. In her language. She didn't write back. Not yet. Instead, she walked to her studio. The painting of him, after the rain, still hung on the wall. But something about it felt incomplete now. So she picked up a brush. And she added something. A single, thin streak of light. Just above the shadow in his eye. Barely visible unless you looked closely. But it was there. Because maybe now, there was space for light again. The city moved slowly outside. The rain had stopped. But the world still felt washed. Lia took out one final sheet of paper. No envelope. No intention to send it. Just a truth. For herself. Dear Eli. I'm not writing this for you. I'm writing it for me. Because I need to say that I made it. Without you. Through the grief. Through the silence. Through the weight of unanswered questions. I became someone. someone I like. But I also need you to know I'm not angry anymore. I'm just grateful for the rooftop, for the bookstore, for the rain, even for the goodbye. Because without it, I would have never found the part of me that knows how to stay, even when others don't. And maybe that's the part of me that knows how to forgive too. Good night, Eli. Wherever this takes us next, just know I'm walking forward. Not alone anymore. Lia. Some letters are meant to be sent. Some are meant to be read in silence. And some, like this one, are meant to be the final page. Not of a story that ends, but of one that finally begins again.